It is near perfect conditions here at Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona, Spain. Here with you today for the round 1 of the Rebel Online Racing Super Trofeo League is myself, Joe, and my co-host
Jono. Thank you, Joe. It's a momentous occasion here at Rebel Online Racing with our first league race, kicking off the year with this Lamborghini Super Trofeo League.
powered by a 5.2 litre V10 engine, producing 620 horsepower and weighing in at 1.3 tons. You will need a lot of braking power, so this car has 6-pot Brembos up front and 4-pot Brembos at the back.
This is a limited setup series where drivers have choice of tires and fuel limit. Drivers don't have the ability to make changes to the car's setup. There are also no enforced pit stops in this series, so strategy could really come into play.
Looking at what tires each driver have chosen, it seems everyone has gone for the medium compound except Jonathan Benz and Johannes Gutsia. Let's go take a look at the grid.
Zaire Essa takes pole position for Lux Renegades, with Marcus Steyn taking P2 for Squadro GT.
Blocking out the second row of the grid is teammates Mark Henneberry and Chris Heineku for HRT.
Jonathan Benz takes P6 for Fusion GT.
Pamolo Moripani is in P7. Right next to him is Leon Schroeder for HRD.
HRD teammate Kevin Lawrence in P9. And Ryan Hill for Valerius Racing P10.
John Mogo will start in P11, right next to Brad Duplessis for Lux Renegades.
Quinton Harhoff for Synergy Racing in P13, with handsome Chris Chetty in P14 for Valerius Racing. Johannes Kutsia starting P15 on the grid after some technical difficulties.
The cars are lined up and ready to go, just waiting for the lights to go off now. They are off.
Oh, it looks like we've got a car stopped at the back there. I think that's Kevin Lawrence.
That is indeed Kevin Lawrence.
Thankfully everyone avoided him in time there. Well, the brakes lighting up, Zaire Essa taking P1 into the first turn, continuing his domination from qualifying over into the race.
Marcus Steyn and Mark Henneberry, as well as Chris Heineku, are still in the same running positions as they were on the from qualifying.
Team HRT doing a great job there.
This is on board with Marcus Steyn, viewing his left side front wheel there. Zaire is already breaking away from the back.
The pack is quite
Bunched up.
That's it. Going on to the small back straight here. Jonathan Benz runs wide. He's going to lose position to Pomolo here. Oh my goodness.
Let's go to a replay.
On board with Jonathan Benz here. See him battling a bit in this turn. Must be those hard tires. See Pomolo moving up on the side here as they're braking, and then he just swerves to the right and nudges.
Look there on the left hand side came through Leon Schroeder. Let's go on board with Schroeder now. Oh, it seems he missed his braking point completely there.
Looks like Jonathan was just trying to take some avoiding action.
Taking out Pomolo there with him. That is bad luck into lap 1. On board with your leader Zaire Essa.
Massive gap between P1 and P2 already.
Although I must admit Marcus Steyn is hanging on there, but the HRT guys are right behind him, breathing down his neck. On board now on the passenger seat of Mark Henneberry. Great running by the HRT guys, really top notch. Look at both of them up there in the top 5. This is Quentin Harhoff.
That's Brad Duplessis.
Making a move on Quentin Harhoff. Brad will be charging through the field. He is a well-known racer, but just had bad luck at Super Bowl qualify. Oh my goodness, is that Quinton Harov?
Quinton has lost the rear end just here entering. Oh, the rear just letting go.
Jono, that might have been part of a slip caused by Brad's car up ahead of him. This is Jonathan Mahotsi chasing down the HRT guys. He came from P11 in qualifying. He's right up there now into P5. Oh, there comes Leon Schroeder. Leon is off into the dirt. That is Brad Duplessis just about to pass him there now. Brad also moving up. We're on board with Leon Schroeder. He just couldn't get the turn in.
Just pushing too wide on that corner.
And there goes Brad.
Brad and Mogo really pushing hard.
This is Mogo right up the gearbox of the two HRT guys, especially Chris Heinuku. Will Mogo be able to pass him cleanly? These cars are so difficult to drive, Jono. They really take a lot of skill by the drivers, but it seems Mogo has got a better drive there out of the line. He will be taking the inside line and he makes the move. Let's see if he can keep it. Yes, no. Mogo is through to P4.
Chris doesn't manage to answer back and make an attack back.
Not at all.
He's on board with Johannes Kutsia. After his technical difficulties, he's starting to work his way up the grid now.
He is still a lap down on Ryan Hill. He will just be, now he's on the same lap as Ryan Hill, but still need to pass him again to move into second last position.
On board with handsome Chris, lighting up his brake discs there into turn one.
Those Brembos really lighting up there, Jono. And we are back with Brad Duplessis. Brad has also now caught up to...
That's Chris.
Is the number 28 car. That will be Chris Heinuku. There goes Brad through on Chris Heinuku. He will now be chasing down teammate Mark Henneberry.
That's right. Brad Duplessis making some great inroads into the field there.
And we are in a freeway battle for second now. That is Marcus Stein, who have either fallen back or Mark Henneberry has caught up to him. But Mogo is right on the gearbox of Mark Henneberry as well.
Oh, Mogo makes the move up the inside. Is he able to make it stick?
That's one of the most impossible places to make a pass, Jono.
Mark Henneberry very smartly backing off there, knowing what's possible into that next turn. Essa still dominating P1.
In a league of his own, definitely there, Jono. But let's see if he can make those tires last.
That's true. He pushed those tires super hard. Maybe perhaps they overheat. I believe that's why Jonathan Benson and Johannes Kutsia went for the hard options, so that they could try and make a comeback later on in the race when everyone else is battling with their tires.
Yes, but it seems this far that has not worked out.
Marcus Stein running just too wide there, allowing Mogo right onto his bumper, and Mogo clipping the dirt. This is going to affect his run into turn one.
Look at Marcus disappearing there in the front. This will give Mark Henneberry definitely a run on the inside there down the main straight. Will he be able to?
And Henneberry gets that position.
He does. Mogo will have to try another day.
He's going to have to do all that work again.
And Brad is really picking up the pace as well behind them. You can see him there in the background coming through.
Here he comes.
Do these drivers have someone else to worry about at this point in the race? It seems they do. Oh, here comes Mogo with the excellent drive out of that turn.
He's going to go around the outside of Henneberry.
Let Henneberry.
Henneberry's fighting back. Great drive from Mark there.
Definitely. But Moga might just come back here in this corner. No, unfortunately not. And Berry does clip the curb a bit there.
Mogo waiting another corner. Gonna see if he can get a run here.
This slip down the straight now. Oh my goodness. And this has allowed Marcus Stein to actually pull away.
That's it. Mogo moves up.
He does. Congratulations there to him.
Yes, Pomolo making a move on Jonathan Benz.
That would be because of those hard tires not working out today for Jonathan Benz. He has not fallen back too badly, but it just seems that he will not be able to hold this position from the rookie Pomolo. Let's just watch them battle it out for a bit. Jonathan is the more experienced racer, but with grip, power, and a bit of luck, Pomolo might just have it.
Is Pomolo going to make the move under slip here? He takes a look around. And he takes a dive up the inside. I think he's going to do it.
He breaks so much later than Jonathan. Taking a very brave line there, Pomolo does, over the curb. That is a tricky line to take and can really kick you out.
Oh, Marcus Stein running a bit wide there. And he's run extra wide, leaving the door open for Mogo. Mogo is right through, and he's got that position. Yeah, Kevin Lawrence is hunting Ryan here.
Kevin Lawrence comes into lap Ryan Hill. Let's take a look what happens here. Ryan doesn't fight Kevin Lawrence. He knows Kevin is about to lap him.
On board with Brad Duplessis.
He is going to make a move on Marcus Stein down the main straight. The slip is really hurting the guys down the main straight. Let's just see. Marcus will defend on the inside line. Marcus defends, but Brad just slingshots past him. Marcus has no answer there.
Just placed his car exactly where Marcus needed to be.
Yes, and Marcus had to tap out or he would lose that position he currently has, and that is great points for the championship, seeing as his teammate is not running today.
Zaire Essa takes P1, comfortable victory from him today.
Great win there by Zaire Essa.
And over the line we've got John Mogo in P2, narrowly holding off Brad Duplessis in P3. Zoe Essa in P1 for Lux Racing. John Mogo takes P2.
Brad Duplessis rounds off the podium in P3, followed by Marcus Stein in P4.
Chris Hainuku takes P5 with Mark Henneberry in P6.
Pomolo Modipane is in P7, followed by Leon Schroeder in P8.
Jonathan Benz takes P9 with Kevin Lawrence taking P10.
Quentin Harov is just outside the top 10 in P11, followed by Chris Chetty in P12.
Johannes Kutsia takes P13 with Ryan Hill in P14. Fantastic bronze there from Brad Duplessis after qualifying in P12.
John Mogo started the race in P11 but managed to get the silver on the podium.
And the winner of the day, Zaire Essa, takes gold for Lux Renegades. If you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hop over to www.rebelonlineracing.co.za.
Kudos, Jono. Have a good evening. Ciao.
Cheers, bro.